Wow, what an exciting game today. First, I'm going to give a lot of credit to High Point, man. They really brought it, played with tremendous energy. I told the kids, I think Ben Hess could go down to spring training and face a AA team and tell them what's coming, and I don't think they could put together an inning like High Point did in the third, just a lot of hard contact and great at-bats. And really proud of our team, on so many levels. The term I keep using with this group is maturity. You get down 6, and a lot of times young players, they try to hit 7-run home runs and try to add to it and do more, and our guys just kept playing. They just kept playing, and obviously the bullpen was outstanding. Connor Ball, Zane Probst, and Braylon Myers. We talk a lot about winning the middle of the game, and those guys came in and stabilized the game and gave our offense a chance. And Dom hit a big home run to get us back in it, then obviously Drew with the dagger there in the 8th. And just really proud of our team all the way around. That's a really good win for us.
Coach, just take me through that 7th inning. What was it like kind of just watching your team leg out base hits, getting a break with the air, and obviously the home run to really tie it up or bring it back?
I kind of blacked out in the middle of it, I think. I'm just kidding. But, I think, you look at the box score today, and 8 of the 9 starters had a hit, at least one hit, and the one guy that didn't, Tommy Sada, walked 4 times. And that's kind of been the story of our season to this point offensively, is just production up and down the lineup. And, I joked that I literally could, once we decide who to play, you can throw darts at a dartboard or just draw names out of a hat, and the order really doesn't matter. And, that's really important. If you're relying on 2, big donkeys in the middle and one of those guys isn't going good, that's a lot of pressure on the other guy, and it's really hard to, to put a big inning together. So I'm really proud of the bullpen and really proud of the lineup up and down.
Drew, what was the mindset of the lineup when you're down 6-0 like that? You're not used to that. It hadn't happened all year with this group yet. But you guys are a bunch of vets. What was the kind of amongst the guys? What was the chatter in the dugout?
Well, you got 9 innings to go get the job done, so it's just not rushing it. Baseball's a long game. We expected to score 6 before we showed up today, so you just stick with your plan offensively and just let it, do its own job.
One thing about the plan, though, is that there were a lot of full counts today, both for you and against you. What was it like, kind of going against that, not only just you, but also the whole lineup? And how does that change your mindset as a hitter, if it does?
It's maturity up and down the lineups for both teams. As you get older, you should grind at bats out. You don't chase as much. And the pitchers did a great job on both sides pounding the zone today. So, you try to fight off the good ones, and hopefully you catch a bad one there at the end.
And then, speaking of, you called a bad one, talk about the last at bat. That was the key. It gives you guys some breathing room going into the last half inning. Take us through the at bat.
Yeah, it's just learning from the previous one. So the previous one, when you work at the full count, chase a change up right there at the end. So you use what you learn, you go back into it, and he hung that one a little bit. And you stay on it a little better and put a barrel on it. And that's it.
Coach, I wanted to talk to you about getting Matt Cassetti at DH and Temez behind the plate. What was your mindset with that in the lineup card today?
Yeah, the way Mac's been swinging it, I think if I didn't play him today, I'd have some guys in the dugout looking at me like I had 3 heads. He's kind of forced me to do that in a good way. So, y'all may think it's coach talk, but I really feel like we have easily 12 or 13 starting players, and I don't think we've had the same exact lineup one time, to this point. So, and I'm not really doing that to be a nice guy or to develop the team. I'm just trying to put that particular day who I think's the best lineup to help us win that day. And I thought today having Max bat in there against that lefty was the right play.
And Coach, I know you're going to continue to kind of tinker with the lineup to build the team and find out where everybody fits. But what was the thought with putting Ed at the top of the lineup and dropping Jim?
In the leadoff spot, you like somebody that gets on base a lot, and I would argue Jim may be our best offensive player, which I know it's a big statement, but he's been overly aggressive early, and I like for our guys to be aggressive, but I just thought I'd move him down in the short term, just let him breathe a little bit, and would like to see him hit a little deeper in the count, if we're going to hit him up top. But again, the order with these guys, it's really just a matter of not stacking too many lefties and righties, and he might lead off tomorrow, he might hit in the 4 hole, he might hit in the 7 or 8,
Well, and then also with Seidel, he's an older guy. He's back. I know he spent a lot of time at Harvard, but I know him being in the 9 hole and kind kind of being an extra leadoff and working counts and walking? How big is that for your lineup to balance it?
Yeah, I mean, you really like having somebody down there in the 9 that can get on base for the top of the order, and Tommy did a great job of getting on base 4 times today. So, he's really a outstanding on the bases. He's a good runner, but also has, above average instincts. So, if he's getting on base for the top, you're feeling pretty good about scoring a run.
Drew, obviously Ben got tagged for 6 months today. What was kind of his, his mood coming into the dugout after that? And obviously winning kind of helps heal that. But how was he acting when he came off the field, when he got pulled?
Yeah, I mean, we know we got each other's backs. Some days you're just not going to have your best stuff, and you got to rely on the other guys to pick you up. And I'm sure later on down the road we'll have a tough, tight game, and he's going to pick us up. So just being there to pick him up.
Anything else?
One more for Coach. Obviously, with Pinkney and with Rose being able to leg out those singles, obviously this team is really athletic. What is it like just having that athleticism on the base path that just kind of gave you the spark for that inning? Because without that, the inning doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, you would love to have 9 guys in lineup that are that athletic and can impact the ball. And, I think if you have too much of one or the other, if you have a bunch of donkeys that can hit home runs, but, you clog the bases and you're not getting any, infield singles. And if you have a bunch of little guys that can run, stringing together a lot of singles to put up crooked numbers. And, the players that we're all looking for is Andrew Pinkney, right? A guy who can hit a ball over the scoreboard and go run a 6.3 60. So, I think the statistics say, if you put a ball in play with 2 strikes, you got about 32% chance of reaching base safely, or getting a hit. So we've really, with this group, really spent a lot of time talking about 2-strike hitting, throughout the fall and in the preseason. And it's always nice when you see somebody, just fight and put a ball in play and beat out an infield single. It just really speaks to the importance of, of being able to put it in play.
Even so, with the 2-out hitting, like Morris, all 10 runs today came with 2 outs. Just Drew or Coach, either one can answer. How is it like to have a mature lineup that can respond with 2 outs when most guys would be flustered?
Yeah, I think that just kind of speaks to the length of the lineup, because the way it's been going right now, like by the time you get 2 outs, there's probably somebody in scoring position. We've scored in an incredibly high percentage of the number of innings that we've played. I mean, this is the first time we only scored in 2 innings today. Gosh, I think every other game we've scored in at least 4 or 5 innings. So, it's look, man, we got a lot of season, but you got to have a real out pitch to get this lineup out. And I thought they pitched really well today. I mean, that last guy their starter did a great job of pounding the strike zone, and the last reliever would certainly pitch for us. They did a great job.